Of Pennine Ham, and I've come out today to one of my favourite spots in Yorkshire on the Pennine Way, called Blackstone Edge Reservoir. Here I am joining the Pennine Way. Here's the line for it. This is the main road, and that's the view down the hill into Rochdale and further across to Manchester. And you can see the hills behind me there. The wind turbines are not moving today, but the sun is out. Already a beautiful day. So I'm just going to walk up and show you Blackstone Edge Reservoir. Just up the incline here. I'll probably find a place to operate just a bit further down, pretty close to the reservoir. And there we see Blackstone Edge Reservoir. Like most of the reservoirs around here, it's quite short of water at the moment. Usually it's fuller than this. But it's a beautiful spot up here. There is a place I might go and treat myself to after I've done a few hours of operating. A nice little pub called the White House Pub here on the top of the hill, very popular, and particularly popular with walkers who are exploring the beauties of the southern Pennines, which is where we are today. Just going to carry on walking along here and find a decent place to stop. Got some nice grass here. I've got a rucksack that hopefully includes all the things that I want to use today, but in particular I've got a lot of water with me because I know it's going to be a hot day. I've obviously got some food. I've even brought a lightweight chair to sit on as well. It's even more pleasant to operate from a bit of comfort as well. So I'm just going to steer away from the road really, just to cut down the occasional bits of traffic coming up there. But pretty well close here to the midpoint of the reservoir. It really is beautiful. Quite a few clouds up there today. There's a light breeze, which is quite pleasant. I've got lots of factor 50 sunblock on. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need the highest SPF I can get today, given what's expected. If you can see in the distance straight ahead from me, that is a man-made lake called Hollingworth Lake, which was built originally to supply water for the Rochdale Canal, but also as a tourist attraction, and it's been a tourist attraction since the Victorian era and still is today. That is also a lovely spot, and I've operated parks on the air from there. Today I'm going to operate here, which is on the Pennine Way. That's Golf Bravo 1231 on Potter, and when I've got set up I'll spot myself there and hope to make a few QSOs this afternoon. The only thing I'm not going to get today, by the looks of it, anywhere up here is any shade, which is a shame, but nothing we can do about that. I'm just going to have to be very careful during the day that I don't get dehydrated and sunburnt. Neither of those things are good things. But it's quite unusual, of course, this time of the year in Britain to get such a beautiful day. But I couldn't miss the opportunity of going out up onto the hills here, as I am enjoying both a walk and enjoying operating radio from such a beautiful location. So more from me later, and we'll get the radio set up, and I'll show you the setup that I'm going to be using here. So I just thought I'd show you the chair I brought with me. These are the poles. They all fold into each other, carried in a very, very small bag. And the chair is only just over 1 kilogram in weight, so it's extremely light. And as you'll see in a second, very comfortable. What attracted me to this chair is both its size and its weight, but also the fact it's got a nice high back. And if you're going to do operating for any period of time, having a nice high back chair is definitely an advantage. I'll show you the chair put together in a second. So this is my chair assembled. As you can see, it's got a nice high back and will give me a nice operating position. Here is me sat down looking now at the view where I'm going to be operating from today. So here I am now sitting in my chair, nice comfortable high back chair, and will give me a lovely operating position when I set the radio up, and also of course afford me those beautiful views that I showed you earlier. So behind me there, if I hold the camera up, you can see I'm right next to the reservoir. Sadly for me, it's not like our club friend Ken, G4IWO operates from. It's not a salt lagoon in Alicante. It's a reservoir here in the southern Pennines. So no salty water, but it does give a nice bit of cooling air up here, and there's a nice gentle breeze. So everything I brought with me today is in this rucksack here, and if I just get to the side clip here, I have got there a small table. It is very, very light. It's much lighter than the chair, just a few 100 grams, and it unfolds out. And in here, again extremely light, is my telescopic whip antenna that I'll be using today. So here is my very, very small table that I'll be using to put my radio on, so it's not sitting in the grass when it's very wet, of course, outside, or wet on the ground. It's very nice to use the table and just keeps the radio clear. It is nice and stable, and as I said, extremely lightweight. So what I do, this is all my equipment that I've just taken out of the rucksack. I have a bag here which contains my ICOM 705 and a small Morse key. I'll show you that later. Some pegs to support guys. Then each of these bags contains various things I'm going to use today. This is the one for putting the antenna up, so we'll use this one first and take out the bits inside. I'll just empty them onto here safely and show you what we've got here. So I've got radials. They are not tuned. These are just 3 meter lengths of cable with an M10 washer on the bottom of them, which I'll show you in a minute. That will we then have this, which is the base of the antenna, and this is the coil that will enable me to work on 40 meters if I want to start on 40. But obviously, because I've got a telescopic whip here which is 5.6 meters in length, it does mean that I can adjust the length of the whip. I just stopped to talk to a couple of hikers that were walking past, enjoying the morning sun, the same as me. So let me show you what we've got here. These are the radial wires I showed you, and this here is the base that I screwed into the bottom connector here, so this will push into the ground. And because the M10 bolt that connects into this base is obviously made exactly for these wires here. I've got the earth wires therefore connected to this point here, and of course that's connected to the other side, the earth part of the SO239 connector. On top of that, the coil then screws into the top, so I've screwed the coil in, and then the telescopic whip, obviously now retracted, screws into there. So I'll just put this out first before I pull up the antenna. So here is my little guying kit. I've got a little three-way connector that fits over the top. Because I wanted it a bit higher up this pole than was going to be possible with the existing hole, I just glued to it a plastic washer underneath so that it would enable me to use this with a smaller diameter, so a bit further up the pole. So you can see I've got three guys here that I've just attached to it. I haven't tried to push it up yet to its full height, but this is it. Currently at about 2 meters, I guess, from top to bottom. We've got a long way to go to get to the 5.6 meters. Okay, so we now have the radio connected. I was just trying this out.
India Uniform 3, Quebec, Mike Kilo Portable.
Yeah, I've just had a park-to-park with this station.
3, Quebec, Mike Kilo Portable, park on the air.
We gave each other both 5 and 7. I'm running just 10 watts from the 705. And here is my antenna, and the line for it now up completely. Obviously the base of the antenna, the coax cable goes into the antenna socket directly on the 705. No need for an ACU. I can adjust both the coil at the bottom when I need to, and of course I can adjust the length of the telescopic whip itself. Yeah, the call sign is Golf 4, Italy, Whiskey, Oscar Portable. Golf 4, Italy, Whiskey, Oscar Portable, over.
I'm Radio Yankee 3 Delta, Romania Yankee 3 Delta, over.
Yeah, Radio Yankee 3 Delta. Radio Yankee 3 Delta, you are 5 and 9, 59. Name here is Nick, November, India, Charlie, Kilo. Back to you.
Yourself, Nick. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling me. Nice copy. 57 QSB with QSB, my friend. 57 on peaking, and the name is Oleg. Oscar Lima Echo Guatemala. Oleg, location 80 kilometers east from Moscow City. Germany 4, Italy, Whiskey Oscar Portable, RY 3 Delta.
Yeah, Roger, Oleg, thank you very much. Name here is Nick, November, India, Charlie, Kilo. Running 5 watts into a vertical antenna about 20 miles to the northeast of Manchester. 20 miles to the northeast of Manchester, up in the Pennine Hills in the north of England. 73's Oleg, thank you for the QSO. Golf 4, Italy, Whiskey, Oscar Portable, bye.
Thank you very much for first QSO. Nick, looking at photos in your portable station on your page on QRZ.com. Best regards from Russia and good EXing in your portable station, Nick. 73's, до свидания, bye-bye.
Yes, 73's, thank you very much, до свидания. This is Nick, having had a wonderful few hours, or nearly 5 hours in the sunshine up here. Temperature's been around 26 degrees Celsius, so very hot. But sat next to the reservoir. I didn't think bank conditions were that good today, but I worked over 30 stations today, which was good. Unfortunately none outside Europe, but still good. Gave me a lot of pleasure. Mostly CW. I did 1 or 2 on sideband. I looked down on 40, but conditions were very poor down there, I thought. And some horrific noise was coming off the band there. Anyway, 73's everybody. And thank you for watching. And in particular, a few people walked past. I had some school children doing Duke of Edinburgh with their teachers, who were fascinated with Morse code, wanted to know how they could learn and what they could do with it, which was very nice. And a lovely trio of people who came past. The final parting shot from this lovely group was one particular lady, and she may be watching this video now, who said, "Have you got a YouTube channel?" And I said, "We certainly do. It's called Pennine Ham." She said, "I'm going to look it up." I hope you do. Hope you've enjoyed chatting to me today, and have had some pleasure in me talking to you about the hobby and seeing what us people get up to with our radios. So, to everyone else, 73's, nice to be out again. So I've got back to find that I'm too late for the pub. It was a good try. They've obviously shut up earlier. Had obviously people in for dinner. But I'm sitting outside the pub, waiting for the bus back. It wouldn't be very long for me to walk back this way to get home, but it's a couple of miles down a road here, which you'll see the traffic go down here. It's quite fast down this road, and there's no path on the side, and a very, very small verge.